Hey everybody, welcome to AfterQuest. I'm Dan Stacy and you're about to witness my nerdy family and I use silly voices and digital dice to tell a good story. As always, let me know how sound sounds.
Find something different. Find something different.
It's too late. There's no going back. Forgive me, I'm a little snotty, so hopefully
Gross.
Cass still sounds okay.
Cass caught a cold.
Yeah, Cass got a cold. Running around those sewers, gross.
I was thinking it was like mono.
Oh, maybe.
It's elven mono.
Shouldn't have held hands.
I too also have caught the cold.
So anyways, hello everyone in chat. Let's see, announcements. Of course, if you haven't seen, we did announce our West March game in our Discord playing Kingmaker in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Check out the shorts video on Rumble and YouTube to see the teaser for that. There will be another Druid's Table that Jacob and I will be doing where we really flesh out what we're planning and everything. But if you join the Ever-Growing Forest, you can become a part of a West March campaign using the Kingmaker adventure module. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's
exciting.
Going to be pretty cool.
It's pretty.
And yes, Jake has an amazing setup, and because it just got an update again.
It did just get another update. Yeah.
So Foundry, the Pathfinder community keeps the Foundry updates going.
I'm rebuilding a couple maps, which I'm really excited about. Just like adding Jacob flavor to things.
Nice.
Now the guy who did the short, he's handsome too.
Oh.
Should check it out.
Yeah, he's all right. So that may be a running character inside the West March campaign. You'll have to see. And we'll also have some special behind the scenes next weekend for our supporters on a new show that'll be coming out. So if you want to get in on that, join the forest. And I think that's it. Oh, if you're in Philadelphia or around there this weekend, Jacob, Chris, and I will be at the Philadelphia Gaming Expo with Wes from DM Tales. Professor Dungeon Master will be there doing a talk on Saturday evening. Some other big names there too. Frank Metzner will be there. I'm going to play a game with him. That'll be fun. So if you're around there, come in. I think they still got tickets available and badges and stuff. So
I also just saw an email that like a historical RPG group like does like battle reenactments is going to be there.
Really?
It's like a not-for-profit group. Yeah, they just announced it today. I'm very excited about it because they have open tables. So I'm hoping like because I'm bringing my son. He likes tanks. And apparently it's one like a possibly World War II it looked like.
Oh my gosh.
I'd be really cool. And then it's like RPG based like tank wars. I don't know.
That's
It just sounded really cool to me.
Cool.
I can't remember the guy's name, Robert something, who started this. This is the first year for this one specifically, but he's been running conventions for a long time.
Definitely seems good. I'm looking
it
forward
looks
to
pretty
it.
well
A little
set
smaller, but we would love to see you there. So if you're in the area or not, just drive down there.
And hopefully we'll be posting stuff with Wes for his 𝐈𝐶𝐶 in April. So we'll keep you guys posted on that.
Woot.
So Jacob and I will be running games there. That'll also be New Jersey. It'll be New Jersey area.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's it. Turning it over to Jacob.
Oh, yeah. We're here for not announcements. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So last time we ran into a wee bit of trouble. Right, guys? Just a wee bit.
That's fine.
Sound is cat.
Okay.
Video is elephant.
Yeah, I saw that. Thanks,
Thank you, mustache. But our good dear friend Moore is in jail.
Again.
Oh. Lucius's head pops over the shoulder of the narrator again. And the Tetsu's under house arrest.
Which is
all of Lucius's favorite people are in jail.
Yes.
That's true. And there's a little bit of tension growing. There's a looming trial that's about to happen right in the midst.
A little. Carry on.
Right in the midst of a massive ongoing campaign of these hunter games. And, which is drawn a ton of attention to Waterdeep. And so the question is are they going to be made examples of? Or is this going to be able to be solved correctly? I don't know, chat. You get to influence things, so, see what happens. But I believe our first scene, because you guys visited the Game Master of Games, had a little chat with him. Mm-hmm. And our first scene tonight, I believe Lucius is visiting Moore. Is this correct?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So Lucius coming down to the jail.
How long has it been?
Yeah.
Roll a die. Or I'll roll a die.
Yeah, okay. Because we had to bring Tetsu back.
How many hours
then
has it
I have
been? We're going to
to-
roll a d12.
D12.
6 hours later.
Ooh,
Okay.
It's late.
it is
All
like.
right. All right.
The guard does hassle you a little bit.
Well, I had things to deal with, so.
Mm.
Excuse me.
He steps out of your way.
So she's probably like been sleeping on the
Yeah.
like the bench or whatever in the cell. But she'll, when she hears someone actually coming back, she'll kind of like crack an eye open. And then when she sees that it's Lucius, she'll sort of gingerly get herself sit up and come over and probably come up to the bars and like lean against them slightly overheeled.
Have you been seen to?
Well enough, it's just bruises and Cass sort of patched me up a little bit.
Well, I'll have somebody come down for sure. I heard part of the story, but
Oh, what are they saying? I am very interested.
well, I heard Cass yelling in the streets. But
Beautifully.
I'm trying to figure out what exactly happened.
Well,
Did you attack Gwen?
see, that makes it sound so out of character for my family. This is how Gwen and my conversations usually go.
Yes, but I thought that was...
To be fair, I don't remember who hit first.
She definitely took it too far this time.
Just means I was probably getting somewhere with the questions. She's got something to do with all of this, you know?
It is her.
I think so. Strange. I never thought it would be her. But, I
Had my suspicions.
well, of the two of them, it just wouldn't have thought it was her style. Then again, I guess she can't handle things slipping after she's worked so hard for them.
Has she worked hard for them? That's what I wonder.
I think her whole life has been sacrificed on the altar of family nobility. Guess count that for what you will.
Exactly. Speaking of which, before things get out of hand, there's some things I want you to know. That I do have a plan. That I'm trying to raise Cass and Isidru up to take over for a little while. But I'm wondering if Isidru's not quite ready yet.
They seem confident that you have a plan, but I'm not even sure that they know what it is. Does anyone other than you know what the plan is, Lucius?
I think Cass is catching on. But that's what I'm going to tell you. I want to change things. I want the system, the whole system to change. I want more of a meritocracy where you can earn your place. It doesn't matter where you're born into, but our house will be a place where you can rise and make a better life for yourself. To reward those who have strength and character duty to each other as peoples and valor to change the world. And I believe that our family is more than just blood. It's built by the common man, and that's who we are, and that's where I want to take things. Unfortunately, I don't know if I'm worthy of that responsibility yet. I don't feel like I deserve anything. I haven't proven myself to anybody, and why should they respect me? I haven't done anything in my life. So
do that, and I'll say you've proved it.
yeah.
I guess you're going to be on trial by your own meritocracy as much as anyone. Which
Yes.
is good, Lucius.
I think it will be better for everybody.
How are you going to do any of it?
Well, I can't do anything about the other houses. I can only do stuff inside our own house, which is raising those up who have proven themselves loyal and have good character. To raise them up, and then hopefully that brings everybody else up. And then maybe it'll catch on. There's one other thing, though.
What's that?
I'm going to be leaving Waterdeep
Where are
for
you
a
going?
while. I don't know yet.
So that's not the important part.
No. Part of... I want to be like my father. I need to explore the world. I need to see things. I need to...
Get your feet wet.
Yes, and prove to myself that I am worthy of leading anybody. And I'm hoping 𝙗𝙗 will come with me. And I would really like it if you came as well. But there's plenty of time to think on it, unless the whole world goes crazy, and then... But anyways, I do have a ship being commissioned, and I'll let you think on it, and when the time comes, I'll ask you again. But an adventure is what I'm looking for.
Sort of wish you'd said as much a long time ago.
I didn't think it was going to happen for a while.
Well, I don't know what's going to happen now. Things are messy, but what you're saying would be good for the city. It's just that there's so much holding it back from that. People like my sister are going to fight that. They've been fighting that for years. If you're going to have the freedom to build something, you're going to have to break something first.
Yes?
And but maybe we can make the city see that they don't have to play the game either.
I mean, people will leave the houses if they're not being treated well, right? I mean,
If
we
there's
just got a
enough-
bunch of your sisters.
The problem is you have to have someone willing to do it when it looks like nobody else will to start that. It's safe to stay with the system, even if it's not great. Nobody wants to be left on the outside. But I have a certain comfort level there, and maybe it's time I commit to it. If they let me talk, I'm going to talk a lot. I'm going to say a lot of things, and it might not help you, Lucius. But I can't let my family go unanswered.
Yes. We'll have to take it to Gwen at this point.
Oh, she'll bring it to us. But, just be ready for it to get messy. Like I said, typical sister conversation.
Hopefully no fists involved this time.
I suppose if there's bars between us, that'll help.
Yes. I'm going to call for a doctor. to come.
No, don't. I'd rather look like this. Because
Yes,
it makes
it
the
does
story look worse.
send a message. Yes. Then I will let you rest. There's one more thing.
Right?
He's gonna reach through the bars and hand you over a necklace
Mm-hmm.
that has the Auroch symbol on it, in case you want to change jewelry.
I'll think on it. And she'll take it. She'll look at it. And then I think she'll put it on. She'll say, maybe it's not about choosing one. She'll just kind of wear both of them, just sort of like side by side.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, go write a speech or do something important now.
I don't think Cass will do that, but have a good night. I'll see you
Oh,
at
don't
the
worry.
trial.
I like this cell. It's much better than the one to the left.
Evening.
I love it. You walk away, and the guard is just grunts at you as you go by. What's going on with Tetsu? Do you have him chained up? Or just in the courtyard?
No, I think just in the courtyard how he usually is.
Okay.
But under watch,
By who?
I'm assuming is it Drew?
Well, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, just double checking, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a set of RFC wizards that seem to rotate around. They seem to be patrolling a little bit more than they ever have. But
wait, so they're actively taking charge of like some sort of guarding position.
yeah, one RFC wizard seems to kind of like wander your way every like hour or so,
Okay.
but not into your facilities, just like around the buildings to make sure that you are following rules.
Okay. Then we'll be leaving them alone. However, we'll be on constant watch of them.
Excuse me, guys. What is Cass doing this evening?
I think he's probably setting up. I like the idea that he's stepping into a leadership role while Lucius is away, because Drew has his mission of keeping an eye on the wizards and Tetsu. So, Cass is working with everyone to compile the defense, whatever lawyers or however the structure is for that. He's pulling in all the favors, talking with people. I think he invites Lady Valeria over to help him, so they're like working together on developing the defense
Okay.
that we're going to put together. He thinks it's no problem because this is all ridiculous.
Right. I mean, it is, right?
Yeah, it is. We have everything.
Is there a particular is there a particular focus that Cass is having on this, or is it generalistic? The
The big sticking points, I think, are that we are breaking the rules of the game, and he's definitely showing that that's not true. That's one of the goals he wants to show. And utilizing, I think it was Drew that had mentioned it, that the tree ant, when we talked last night, that the tree ant had escaped. The very fact that they say Tetsu's not safe in our own house and is safer in their house, that's a big one. They're saying Tetsu murdered. Can you guys help me remember though? Cause did we kind of hide the assassin? We did tell everyone that someone tried to assassinate Tetsu, right?
There's no body.
Well, there was a body.
There was a
Right.
body.
But we have said there was an attempt on Tetsu, and we have the poison they tried to use.
Yeah.
Correct.
Was it a dagger?
Yes, I think you did announce it at the games.
But
Yeah,
they could have run away. We just don't know.
it's dealt with.
The body is sleeping with the
I'm
fishes.
pretty sure you introduced Tetsu like covered in blood and was like,
Yes.
you failed. So you tried to kill him and you failed. But also he was covered in blood, so you know.
I mean, you take
again,
this away, it's being
This
taken.
is,
I mean,
well, in Kaz's mind, unless, especially Lucius, but if anyone disagrees, like, he's just like, this has all been self-defense, including Morgana. Not Morgana, he's not pitching so much as self-defense, a little bit, but it was like, clear duel. Gloves were literally thrown for Morgana. Like, it was a normal nobles duel, pretty common for Navarre, also. On top of Gwen and Morgana, I have a feeling. So, yeah. I think those are the big things, though. Whatever rules were written, we followed them all. We've actually have a better record than the RFC themselves.
Basically, this is all ridiculous because everything has been
Yeah.
law-abiding,
Yes.
fights included.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. He's hoping to get the trial thrown out, mistrial at the beginning. Like, here's all the reasons we shouldn't even be talking about this right now.
It's a waste of money
Yeah,
and time.
this is a waste of time and money. We have some games. We have games to play, bets to make. I like
Love
that.
it.
Okay, so that's
All
what
right.
he's trying for.
all right. I like it. I'm just grabbing something real quick. What about Drew? Do you have a goal for the trial?
I think
Or
for
questions? Too. We can do questions.
I think for Isidru, he's not exactly planning exactly for the trial. It's more of like just more contemplating his position within the house itself, because for him it's like heavily interconnected with how he even thinks about like the city and how it works, because everything about his is like from top or down, it all looks the same to him. So he's going to be working on guarding and just contemplating his own self-motivation and interest and such.
Okay. And Lucius, when you return back, do you go right to preparing a defense or a goal or a direction?
Yeah, I guess preparing the defense. Is the trial the next day?
No.
Okay. we
No,
have
no,
some
you have time. Yeah, you absolutely have time. So
Okay.
a part of it is I want you guys to put a dice to, if it makes sense, to like working with Galdris. You know what I mean? Like, and maybe and then working with House Horsey if that's something we do. Like, so
I guess he will work on the House Horsey angle
okay,
because he's going to talk to them anyways about aligning themselves, connecting the waterways and the travelways so that it's all one seamless travel system throughout the whole area.
which you've mentioned already, I believe, right? Last time you met,
Yes.
Did I?
I thought you did
okay.
mention it, yeah.
Yeah. So
I couldn't quite
just
remember.
solidifying that, and then yeah.
I remember I was there too.
Yes. At some point, Lucius will give the same spiel he gave to more of his plans too.
Oh, well, that's a good role play. We should probably have a little bit of,
Yeah. Okay.
but you know, I mean, because that's kind of a big deal.
I don't want to say it all again.
No, yeah. I think for viewers' sake,
Say it all again.
Let's bullet point it though. So you come to
Yes.
Cass. I'm okay with spending some time on this because
I think
this is
both
important.
together. Yeah.
together?
Yeah.
Want to bullet point a little bit for me for them, and then have
Yes.
them respond. Unless you guys are prepared to respond to it.
I'm always down.
Yeah, I think I already have responses, so it's all
Okay.
good.
Let's hear it.
I think first, Isidri, would be, you want me to go with you?
Yes. I have a feeling you might feel the same way as I do, to be after grandfather's steps, to do as he did.
Well, I actually, as a matter of fact, I would say no.
No?
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I quite value the everything that he was instilling within the family, and I think it's quite wonderful. But I don't quite think it's all for me. I see the brotherhood of our crew all together. I see the family aspect. I see the seeking of glory, the pursuit of adventure. But I would say that no one of those is overriding any other. It's all together. So in a sense, I guess I'm just trying to say that, dude, I wasn't expecting that. Well, when you told us that we would be staying behind and taking care of things, I was thinking that's what was going to be happening, not going off on an adventure. But I guess myself, I don't quite know where I exactly fit, and I'm not opposed to it. I'm just surprised.
Yes, I know it's very much out of the blue. In my mind, it's been on my mind for quite a while. I just want you to feel ready. How I see it is, it's like a tiered system. Like, you're the one who imparts our ideals closest to the men, to the representation of our house.
Oh, I guess I've been kind of blind to that. I had no idea. Well, I guess maybe a little bit. You have been saying something like that.
They do like you, Drew.
I just didn't quite think it was metaphorically.
Well, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, perhaps.
I trust you, Drew,
Sounds rather grand.
to know who to pick too, who should be raised up and have some more authority. And I see it as a bunch of mercenary groups taking care of each area, but they need a head, and they need a head to report to somebody, to us, so that we know what's going on, and we know that our people are being taken care of properly. Like the sailors that we just got. Nobody should be treated that way.
I see. That is quite noble of you. I think it is quite a value to be appreciated. I did want to point out, if you do follow with this plan, you are going to be putting a target on the back from Waterdeep itself. I still don't quite understand the reason, but grandfather did see to it that he wanted us to be a noble house in Waterdeep, and that did come with quite a baggage attached to it. And that does include, what was it, 50% of our mercantile is straight into Waterdeep itself. If we are to expand beyond it, when are we breaking the very ties that brought us to the city in the first place?
I don't think, Lucius, you just want to go on adventure and explore, test yourself. Is that right?
Yes.
Not necessarily that we gain you that, though, I suppose.
No,
I
I'm not.
No to
No, I'm looking to challenge myself personally. Become a mercenary myself for a little while.
Oh, I see. Okay. That does quite make sense.
How can I say or lead anybody if I don't even know what they do?
Is that part of your meritocracy, in the sense that you would want noble houses to be on the front lines themselves?
I feel like, yes, they need to lead by example.
Fascinating. I suppose if we are going to be going Whether it be an overturning or a reforming of the system, if that is what you wish to accomplish, I think that would be quite a statement for everyone to be involved. And as you said, even if you're born into it, you still have to put your work into it. So, well, that wasn't exactly what you said, but that's what I took from it.
Yes. And you can think about traveling. You don't have to. If you feel like you want to step into the role, I believe in you.
What would I do?
Work closely with Cass to keep things working when I'm away.
I see. I don't feel like I could answer you right away, but I will absolutely think about it. I can assure you, it will not leave my mind anytime soon.
It all sounds terribly exciting. Bother this trial.
You're excited by paperwork and...
No, the adventure,
that-
and you two gallivanting off, or us two taking over things and changing the world while you're gallivanting. Either is going to be wonderful. No, those bothersome trials just getting in the way.
He looks at me as he says it. You put the trial in our way.
You did this.
I felt the pain.
I'm so excited. I had an inkling as you were starting to show me everything, so I don't know. This is good. I mean, can you imagine the stories? Can you imagine what would be said to have it's now a thing? The Lord of House Keesary always goes on his first adventure to prove his mettle, that he can attain the title of Lord Keesary. It's beautiful.
It was very quiet, brother. I will say that in the adventure that we definitely need to get all the points across the way and make it a beautiful book.
Absolutely. Those will be papers I'll have fun writing. All right. I'm excited.
Well, let's rest and let's figure out what we'll do with this trial.
I suppose they will be trying to call us up, and whether it be to tear us down or be a witness to our own destruction.
I find it utterly ridiculous.
Oh, I do too, brother.
If I have my way, we'll throw this trial out the first day, but I don't know. That wizard keeps walking by laughing.
So, go ahead. Do you have more?
No,
You can, please, if you have more, take it away. I don't want to take it from you.
you can go right ahead.
Thank you. This evening has gotten very late. The lunch with the games master, visiting more, having these conversations, and going over your plans, Lucius. As the night settles in and you guys go to rest, is there feelings of anxiety amongst each of you? Or excitement? What is it?
Cass is excited.
Yeah. Excited for what part? Just all of it?
All of it, mostly, yeah. He's just... He sees everything positively, so this trial's gonna be fine. Everything will go great.
Good.
Eventually. And it's gonna be awesome at the end. We gotta go through the dark part to get to the good. He has some exciting things he's planning in the next few weeks too, so he's all excited.
I think for Drew, he's definitely anxious about what Lucius talked about and like possible adventures and such. He's just kind of like, while still trying to get himself situated about where he fits, he's just kind of like adding to it and doing more calculations in a sense.
Okay.
Trying to get that all together. With the trial coming up, he's refocusing himself on that, and I think for him, he's just more focused on laying it out how he has seen there is a fairness, even if it is brutal in the system, and he could kind of even apply that to a family and how I'm losing words here, but long story short, the whole idea of it works as long as the leadership is pushing it forward in the right direction.
Okay.
Because I mean, for him, it was like with Lucius, it's like as long as he trusts that Lucius is doing right, he didn't exactly care what the plan was. He just knew that it was in good hands.
Awesome. The moon rises in your little jail cell window, and it's oddly peaceful as the stars twinkle in the background. Is Moore just chilling?
So Moore is going to just sort of sit on the bench. She's kind of got her feet up on it, leaning back against the wall, just kind of like passing the hours, looking out, thinking. She has a more serious demeanor than usual. At some point, she's gonna kind of like slide off the bench, and underneath it, there's like this little like tally marks in the wall that are every time she's been in here, she's made a mark. So she kind of like rubs her thumb over it, but she's like, usually she does it out of this sort of like kind of irony, stick it to people.
Yeah.
But this time when she kind of like picks up a little rock to like add it, then she just kind of like smooths over it, and she has like a very different composure about it. She's very thoughtful and very like focused and determined, and it's kind of like her reason for being in here before is like just being random, just like sticking it to her family, just kind of like proving her independence. But she really feels like she has something that is important for her to do now, like a reason to be here, and even being in the cell has a sort of meaning to it, because she's finally deciding this is something she's going to take responsibility for and do, even if it doesn't work out, the best that she can. And whereas like Lucius is talking about how he needs to get out there and do that, she thinks that's great. She's like really happy about that. But the more she thinks about it, she's like, even before he said that, she's feeling like she's done that.
Yeah.
It's time for her to stand up here and actually take responsibility.
Yep.
And kind of take on some leadership. And she is like realizing that that's going to be a cost to her own freedom. Yeah. But it's for not necessarily for the honor or the principles of like house values, but for her own principles. She's going to kind of step back towards that.
Wow. Intense. That's exciting. And Lucius, what is Lord Lucius doing as he lays down? Or does he lay down? Or is it an all-nighter of just writing?
That's true.
I'm asking.
I think he will be trying to rest, but I think he's going to have a very hard time. It's like putting everything out there, and then you're just like, I hope that was right and that I'm doing the right thing, and I hope that it's all going to work out.
Love it.
So he's more anxious.
Good. Just curious.
Yeah.
The morning you guys are out doing your routine and preparing for the trial. You're going along your day, and of course we have an approach of a messenger for Lord Lucius. Lord Lucius, we'll have a message for ye.
Thank you. What is it?
He hands you a sealed letter with the stamp of House Keesary on it. But do be quick with that, and they take off.
He's gonna read it.
As soon as you open it, a rune flashes. A magical rune, that is. It reads from Lord J.P. Riker. We believe that this is a pitiful, underhanded attempt to win at the games. Also, with the looming possibility of Isidru being a son-in-law, you have our support. Oh, this message will self-destruct. Throw it.
Oh. Throws it into the fire.
As you throw it, it turns into a flaming horse as it burns, a little tiny one, and runs around and burns out. Thank you, Great Mustache. You rock.
Nice.
Does it end with a little...
Yes. All right. We are 3 days from trial, 5 days from the next battle for Tetsu. Is there anything you wish to do over these 3 days that we need to highlight, or are we going to move right to the trial?
I think it would be all prep for the trial.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, prep.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything? Is there any? Sorry, 𝙤𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗. I prepared explosive runes this morning. Okay. Well, then, the next few days you guys are spent. You're still in jail cell.
Mhm.
Spent preparing information and preparing to fight this ridiculousness. As most people you talk to, the games master, Lord J.P. Riker of House Keesary, it's ridiculous. You guys have been an outstanding, noble house in providing goods, transporting services and people all around Waterdeep, and you've never really dabbled in negative behavior or unlawfulness. Been very open right from the beginning. But that being said, there's, accusations have been launched and trials have to be had. The night before the trial, Morgana, do you know who visits you? Can you guess who visits you? Yeah.
There's 2 people.
It's
One of them.
actually going to be Lady Bethany.
Okay.
She comes down and she looks like she is exhausted beyond what you've ever. I mean, she's a noble who's lived in a very rich house.
Mm-hmm.
She's always got her beauty sleep. She looking ugly right now.
She's got the mascara running a little
Oh
bit.
yeah,
like-
yeah. She comes up and she actually puts her back against the cell with the bars and slides down and just sits on the ground and sobs.
I will, I'll watch her, I'll sit up, watch her, and then when she does that, I will, walk over and, probably kind of sit with my back against the wall, kind of perpendicular to her.
Yeah, I love it.
Just kind of let it breathe for a minute.
The silence sits for a really awkward amount of time. There's literally other people in this, a different cell. They're so confused.
Right. Okay. Yeah, and then at some point, I'll just, let's say, do you want to talk, Beth?
I hate you.
That's fair.
But why couldn't you just go along? All of this could have been avoided if you would just listen to our sister. But no, you can't. You can't follow simple rules. She's clearly upset. She takes a deep breath and she turns to you, and there's a mixture of rage, but longing to give you a hug. That's the best way to explain it. And she looks at you, and tears are just streaming down her face.
I'm sorry, Beth. I've never been good at rules. But this is something different.
Where? She's hyperventilating just a little bit. Where do you stand in the trial? Who do you represent?
She's gonna kind of just put her hand up and just kind of play with the 2 necklaces that she's wearing. Be like, Beth, it's not about who I represent. It's got to be about what.
You're never good at playing these games. Just punch it out. But why can our older sister just punch it out and be good at the games? Mind games, all of it. I'm tired of it.
I'm with you there. What's going on? I mean, there's more to this, Beth. And maybe it doesn't matter. But I'm not against our family, not really, if I'm honest. But I think I have to be against what they're doing.
Give me a persuasion roll, please. You have a +4. It's not that bad. Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
With an 18 on the die, +4 equals 22.
Math.
She looks at you, and this is probably the weakest you've ever seen her. As one who you know played mind games and tricks, she just sobs and her shoulders sink down and breaking eye contact just drop. She goes, I don't know anymore.
I'm gonna put my arm through the bars and like put a hand kind of like on her arm if she'll let me.
Yeah. She almost seems like she leans into it, like she's craving being little girls again.
And I'll say, Beth, I think that's the problem. I don't think any of us know what's going on anymore. Gwen included. I think we lost sight of that a long time ago. Me as much as anyone.
And she's just going to continue to sob. And she doesn't say a whole lot. There's more there, you can obviously tell. But she's just too choked up. And then after, unless you have any other questions or wish to push anything further.
No, I'll just kind of let her be. But kind of just kind of like maintain the contact with her.
Yeah. After a while, she seems to regain a little bit of her composure. And she does that stuttering intake of air. And she looks at you and just goes, I think that you've made the right choice. I think our house is dead. And she walks away.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think I'll just kind of let that be.
Awesome. Anything anybody else would like to do before we move on to the next step of our beautiful life together? Why is that funny?
It was perfect.
Oh.
It was just, it made me so happy I giggled.
I don't think any roleplay would have to be involved, but Drew would definitely invite Cass to just be able to watch over Tetsu together, like last day.
Yeah. I love that. I like the idea Cass is doing the lean against Tetsu as like a pillow again. He's going over the papers for the trial, and Drew's probably flicking knives at something.
Oh yeah, it definitely just trying to get the whole lower anxiety while also just trying to remember what we're going for.
I love it.
Beautiful.
Boys are ready. Let's do this.
Good. How about the girl or lady who's playing a boy? Man.
I think we should drink.
Drink?
What? I literally tried to be calculated with that one.
It's too much.
Fine. I'll drink.
I think Lucius would be in the office quite a bit, but at some point he would end up coming down to the courtyard as well and seeing them hanging out. He would sit by, and have a hand on Tetsu.
I think at some point Cass will just be like, I know she probably likes it down there, but I think Morgana should be here with us.
Yes.
Feels like we're missing someone.
I mean, Morgana is being brought in shackles.
Right now?
No, but
Somewhere.
Somewhere.
so you guys would know over the last few days that presiding over the court is going to be Judge Eldrin Thorne, a figure of imposing presence and a stern demeanor. Judge Thorne is an older man, his once black hair now streaked with silver, and his face lined with marks of age and wisdom. You would know that his unwavering dedication to the law and his incorruptible nature. The thing is, as you also know, he is one that likes to take time with these events.
Ugh.
Right. So you guys...
Does he like a spectacle?
No, he
Or
likes
is
to
it-
really give time for the defenses. He does actually... You would know.
It's like
A
the
slow
opposite of
reader.
everything you would want.
Yeah, it's literally the opposite of what Cass would want, for sure. Like, the
Well-
lack thereof spectacle, he just wants all the details, and he wants
He likes
time
all the details.
to...
He wants it long and dry.
Yeah.
If I was able to know that ahead of time,
Yeah.
I would write a long story for our mistrial defense
Okay.
with all the details.
Okay.
So maybe that's what Cass is finishing up when we're having that moment.
It's like a really long scroll.
Yeah.
Like, you
it's
actually have some of
ridiculous.
the sailors there, like, holding the scroll
No, like
up.
it hits the ground and bounces.
At least he'll be reading my words.
Wonderful.
I'm going to show the courthouse.
Yes, please do. The courthouse, named the Hall of Veritas, is a grand structure that exudes an air of solemn authority. Its exterior is very large, as you guys can tell in the picture. It demands and commands. It sticks out from most of the local buildings. High vaulted ceilings, supported by rows of towering marble columns. It is beautiful. Well-equipped chandeliers, well lit, well organized, very clean. You guys are brought into trial. I'm going to share an image of what the judge looks like. I think that worked.
Nice.
Oh my.
Perfect anime judge.
I had fun making that one. But the judge is already standing as you guys are brought into the courthouse. And for time's sake, defenses are going to be made. Is there anything anybody wants to say directly to the judge?
Man.
Well, while you think about it,
Yeah.
who you see standing on your side through this entire multi-day trial. So it takes 2 days so far.
Mm-hmm. Ugh. Already upset.
Right, because it's supposed to end like right before the games, right?
Yeah.
You have House Keesary, who has made clear statements about seeing House Navarre dragging this creature, dead aurochs, through town.
Mm.
Actually inciting a counter-offensive, saying that they, endangering of animals, endangering of people, possible spreading of diseases with all the blood. Like, they are just almost as ridiculous as the charges against you guys, but based off of the true facts.
Mm-hmm.
Launching like a counteroffensive alongside you guys. You also have a House Keesary there, being extremely supportive and standing up, being more of a character witness for you guys, especially for Cass, but for all of House Keesary, because all of House Keesary is under scrutiny of this behavior. Is there anything anybody wants to say yet?
I mean, Cass would have a lot to say. It's probably all just assumed.
I love it. After 2 days of just serious, boring trial, really it is. It's long and dragged out, and documents are read, and evidence is brought forth, and Master of the Games is brought on witness. It is just like, even people that you guys don't know, like common folk, are brought House Navarre's like going out crazy. You know, like they're also claiming that you guys attacked their house while they were not there and stole their workers, and you know, it's getting ugly. Nobody's enjoying it, right? After 2 days of the judge being very tired of listening to all of this garbage, he declares...
I was just seeing how much Caspian liked or didn't like it.
Okay.
He hasn't decided yet.
I love it. He would declare a statement that you guys are not allowed to participate in the games because there is a missing body of a dead person. It is one of the biggest hangups.
And who is this specifically that they're saying it is?
Well, their House Navarre is recalling the tale of Tetsu killing a supposed assassin.
Yep.
But that was never dealt with in a proper manner.
Seems rather proper to me.
Right, but the judge needs just a little bit more evidence to seal the deal. So it's really hung up on most of the stuff. He's kind of like, are you serious? This is nonsense. But there is an accusation of murder. And there is no leeway to go either way, and the fact that Tetsu stood in the games covered in blood. The judge is having a hard time making a decision until information is brought forth. So he's asking that you guys be removed from the games. Now, in that, our wonderful master of games steps forth and screams for objection. It's the most obnoxious way he could possibly do so. Of course, the judge is not thrilled with this. But he allows the Master of Games to speak due to the clout of the situation of what is going on. And the Master of Games, Lord Calvion... Oh, but, sweet magistrate, judge! I do ask that you allow them to participate. The creature is a magnificent being. But if you, Your Honor, if you must delay or keep them from the games, do not permanently remove them. For we, if the trial is solved and they are to be victorious in this, and he glares at Gwendolyn. Glares. Like the most angry you've ever seen this most sweet man. They will, as the Master of Games, say that they will have the honor of fighting in the finals. It's a tense moment in the courthouse. Thick. Comes like cut the air with a knife as the judge makes a decision. The ban is only temporary then, but they cannot participate in today's games. There is a small cheer from a house in the back, the one that you were going to face.
Weak.
Yeah.
See, they're just being supportive of us while still being able to continue.
Right.
At this point, Lady Guinevere steps forward. Yeah. I'm getting there. Relax.
Cass is perking up.
Your Honor, I think that's appropriate to this situation. After the games today, maybe in a few days, she looks towards the Master of Games with an odd gentleness. She knows how to play these games. She knows what she's doing. I say that we settle this trial by combat between... She looks right at Lord Lucius. Between Lord Lucius and I. In the arena. Boy, that would be a spectacle as she turns and glares at the Master of Games.
Cass will eye Lucius, but he'll be like, I find this rather insulting.
Quiet! The judge speaks. I will think upon this, but for now, I believe court is dismissed. I will give a ruling after the games. And he smacks his gavel.
Cass smiles at Gwen.
She just glares at you as she's got a sling on, all dramatic, like her sister
Yeah.
beat her up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But just challenge Lord Lucius to combat. Just tell me that doesn't look ridiculous. The courthouse, as you are exiting, is abuzz with energy. The stairs that lead away are filled with supporters of House Keesary. They've touched lives of many, including your guys' growing followers. I mean, you have a massive group, including from House Navarre.
Where's more?
She's there, being led away in shackles. Back.
Still?
Yeah, she's
Okay.
not released yet.
Can we talk to her?
Absolutely, yes,
Okay.
please do.
She'll have just stood there all day
Yeah,
with excellent posture and calm demeanor.
yeah. Gwen, every time she looked at she held it like nobody else could notice, but you knowing as a sister,
Mhm.
there was a like, I don't want to use swear words. There was a look at you of like, I hate you.
Mhm.
Lady Bethany was not there.
Mm.
I just want to point that out. So, Morgana's being led away, but the crowd is thick. A lot of your guys' servants and workers and sailors and mercenaries are there in support of the house. Not causing drama, but just crowding. On top of a lot of horses from House Horsey.
Well, to be honest, I think that means we're winning. If Gwen has already resorted to violence.
Isn't the trial by combat more of the ancient judicial system?
Which is rather old.
Is it even still in effect?
Oh, well, I wouldn't be surprised if the Hidden Lords were happy with it. But it's not something I think we commonly do anymore. Well, he looks over at Morgana and smiles. Most of the houses, anyways.
The guards can't move you through.
Okay,
So
so
like
I'm
you're
just
at a
kinda
perfect
stuck.
standstill
Yeah.
for you guys to roleplay this. I think this is a crucial moment.
Mm.
Could be in everyone's favor, I suppose.
Could it? I feel like we've got things under hand. Other than this stickler with the bar, I feel like a dead assassin is a dead assassin. It doesn't matter. But
It was self-defense anyway, so...
One of the arguments, just so you would know, would be human life versus beast life. Keep going. That was from Gwen's point of view.
Lucius, this trial, this getting Tetsu back in the games, that's not what really matters here. You know that, right? This is, if you just let this happen, if you just get a ruling, you get back in the games, you can duel Gwen all you want, nothing's going to change. If you want to change something, you need to change how this decision gets made, not just what it is.
I don't know how to do that.
well, what are you saying? Are you thinking the combat is the better way to do it?
No, I'm saying what goes on behind the combat. You have supporters. Look at them. Tell them what's going on.
So do we use it as a spectacle then? Interesting.
Are you suggesting that we use the courtroom as the spectacle, or are you suggesting we use the combat as one?
We use all of it.
What do you think, Lucius?
Make them fight on both fronts.
Oh, House Keesary! So good to see you.
Hello, Game Master.
Yes, hello. One of the higher ranking guards is with him. I've actually arranged, and she smiles at Moore, for Moore to be put under house arrest in the House Keesary. I hope that is okay with you. I've pulled some strings.
You're very kind.
I have so much more to say, but there's quite a crowd here. I also think that maybe the four of you, and maybe Lady Galadriel, if invited, of course, should discuss this in more of a private location, as the guards now are unlocking Morgana's shackles. Of
Thank
course,
you, my lord.
there are rules to this. She must stay in your house. And alongside Tetsu, that's not lifted. The wizards at RFC are rather shocked at the... Doesn't matter. We don't need to go into that. I need to go have tea. It's been a long 2 days, and the games are coming, and I must focus on them. I will have one of the wizards from the RFC come and install a magic stone tablet that you can watch the games from there, from your home.
Thank you so much.
You will be missed. I do. You are my favorite.
You're terribly kind.
And I will get you... I will do something for your house, for you have done well for these games. So I will make sure that something good happens for you guys. And he, smiles at the three of you and then, winks at Lucius.
We hope to do the same for the games, my lord.
And he bows respectfully. But, please do not leave the house. I have put a vow out for House Keesary.
I understand.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. No trees in the night. He does this walking tree and giggles and
Not so nice.
But I do bid you farewell. And he bows. And so I don't think you should have this conversation in public.
Yeah. No, I love it.
You end up back at House Keesary with Tetsu and in the courtyard. You may finish this conversation.
Thank you, Game Master.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
If you win the games, you lose what you're trying to do in Waterdeep. The games are part of... They're part of what keeps Waterdeep doing what it is. Distracting people. It's sort of this trial, everything, all of it. It's all legitimizing what goes on.
I would think quite the opposite, actually. I don't know, Morgan. I wonder... After seeing... I've heard of the Navarre fights, but it was quite impressive to see one, for once, actually. The idea is, I think, Lucius, right, to change it. If we come out on top, we show that the way we do things is the best.
Only if you come out on top on your own terms. Otherwise, you're just accepting a title someone else gave you.
But I think it would be coming from
From who?
people from the outside, the Lord Game Master, for one.
Is the Lord Game Master really
He's
the sort
one
of
that...
person you think ought to be running Waterdeep?
No, but if he has worked his way up to the top, it cannot be denied. It's the same with House Horsey.
I just see Tetsu as a representation of our house and our ideals and how our ideals can beat out anybody else's.
Then win the games, but reject the reward of it. The point is you don't need them.
Sure.
What is the reward? I know he knows. What is it?
Lots of money, clout, and you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that could absolutely. Well, the clout will come no matter what. But the money we could turn to other good causes.
The only thing you really win is a voice for a very short time.
That's all we need.
Hoping to use.
But also, I don't think everything is broken. I think it's those that are wielding the tools that's broken. I agree with Lucius that those who can show themselves worthy should be lifted up. That doesn't mean everything in the world shifts. It's only the tools we have here, we use them for good. And it's the ideals, like Lucius has been talking about, it's the ideals behind all of it. That's what'll last. That's what we want the Keesary name to last with. It's not about us, really. It's about what we believe in.
If I may add, there is a slight problem with what you're saying. And I think the vast majority of it is correct. But the very notion that Lord Lucius does want to be able to change the system does seem to indicate that he does believe that it needs to be changed. Whether we go about the idea of being a peaceful or a belligerent about going about it is just one way of doing it. But the fact that we are trying to change things does scream that we don't think it's correct.
But it's not correct now, yes. I would say growth, perhaps, is more the accurate thing. It's a transformation. I mean, is a caterpillar to a butterfly? They're still the same creature, but they're quite different and unique. But the foundation is the same. There's something unique to it. It can only become that. And I think, Lucius, you tell me, but that's what you're trying to do. We don't want to tear the city down to its roots and rebuild the whole thing. Simply change the direction it's headed in. It's
Yes.
been heading in.
Nor do I want House Navarre to fall in ruin or...
If they do, if anyone does, it will be of their own making. It's not... I don't think it's about that. I think it's about letting people rise and fall, not making anyone rise and fall.
Yes, opening the doors.
And to do that, Lucius, you can't be the one standing at the door. You have to just let it be open.
Well, someone has to
Can
kick the door
Keesary
in.
do that? Can they open the door and let it stay open, not guard it? The noble houses of Waterdeep guard their doors very carefully.
But we will guard the door. We will guard the door of the ideals. You can't just leave the door wide open. What is the thing that you are being said worthy of? There must be something that everyone is striving for. That is the door we are opening. Strength, valor, duty. That is what we guard. Not us, the people, but the ideal. Because if there's nothing to progress to, there is no progression. There is no ascending to something if you don't have a goal in mind. At least it's to me. Sorry, a storyteller in me. But that is what I see. That is what we are doing, is declaring it is not who you are, but what you do that determines your worth. So we would guard the door. We would guard that fiercely.
I don't think so. I think you mean to teach the rest of them how to guard it themselves.
Don't
Don't you?
Perhaps we are saying the same thing, but in different ways. Right? I mean guard the door as in, these are the ideals. Reach for them, and you will be able to pass through. If we let go the guard on those ideals, someone will come in and replace them with their own.
Even if everyone dies, the ideals would be something that someone can reach and grab.
That would be the hope.
And in fact, I would say that is what we're doing at this very moment. No one is there, so we are there to grab a hold of it and tell others that it can be done.
So would fighting Gwen make a statement of we are going out with the old and in with the new?
Fighting Gwen means very little. But what you say when everyone's attention is on you may mean very much. and it will certainly get their attention on you.
Whether it be the courthouse, the combat, or the winning of the games, that is just one mode of transportation of bringing you to the spotlight. And what you say in the spotlight will matter the most. Once you're out of it, what you say won't matter as much.
Yes, I plan to not stay in the spotlight very long.
But if you do plan to go through this, you will need to go into it, and you'll need a voice, powerful, strong, just like an Auroch.
Well done. I like that. It was good. Sorry. Hero point. Wrong system.
Ah, inspiration.
Yes.
Give the man inspiration.
I think more when he says that if you go into the spotlight, you don't plan to stay in it very long, Moore will look very approving at that.
So then are we fighting? Is that what we're doing?
No, you're just overcomplicating things, Cass, like always.
Well, I don't understand then.
The man needs to write a story, and he needs to know where it's going.
Well,
That's
we're
all
going
he's
to
asking.
Watch
I
the
only-
game, I guess. But then we'll
I
figure out.
suppose we could do that.
We just have to also be prepared to enter the courthouse tomorrow. Are we accepting the challenge?
I think so.
All right.
Well, what one thing? Do you believe that Lucius could win?
That's oof.
Can I pause for a second? The judge has not said it was okay
Mhm.
that this was happening.
Sure.
No, but it's still a dramatic gesture if they accept it.
I'm
right?
just right.
Yeah.
I'm just
It
throwing
doesn't
it out
necessarily
there.
mean it's legally binding.
Yeah, and Cass is literally asking, what am I saying as the representative of the house in the trial? Our response to it.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Sorry. I just
No, you're good.
wanted to be clear for
We're
viewers.
ready to fight.
The only combat. I'm just kidding. Second combat.
Cass, are you the lawyer?
That kind of.
You have a little powdered wig on.
Yes. I hate those.
Itchy.
Do you think you can win?
I suppose if it's like Morgana says and we pitch it right, it won't matter.
Yeah. I mean, I'll try my hardest. I mean, that's all our house has ever done. So.
I could fight for you. I don't know if she'd accept it. Probably make her very angry just by suggesting it, but could. Perhaps.
Is there any ruling against that? Don't you have to be a part of the house to even be a herald of it?
I would think you, of all people, would be open-minded about who's part of the house.
Roll some dice.
Oh,
Like history or...
oh. I was just making things up.
Isn't that what we do? Yeah. Play the measuring game.
Let's put some dice to it.
What do you want to do?
Yeah, history.
Let's do it.
I don't know anything about that. I don't read books. I keep them upside down for a reason.
But you seem to actually know more than you realize about this for some reason. It's very old, is true. You recall that. That is definitely... But it is something that is joked about amongst the mercenaries, like when there's an issue. I'm a combat by trial, ha ha ha. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yes, very much, very clear that it has to be part of the house.
Then you are quite correct, Moore. It sounds like Lord Lucius will need to expand upon what he said and allow you into the house by your merit.
Should I make you fight Tetsu or something?
He has been rather bored recently.
Tatsu snorts in laughter.
Oh, I couldn't do that to him.
He nudges you.
Of course. Of course.
I don't mean to overstep or push in any way. I just wanted to offer.
Can I think on it?
Of course.
Are we watching the telly?
I think we're watching it.
Okay, cool. You're watching the combat. I don't have details for it. It goes well, but not as well as if Tetsu was in there for sure. Because Tetsu's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But so you guys watch the games, and the air in the room as you stare at the stone tablet that's imbued with magic is kind of tense, you know? But also like excitement. That evening, there is a bit of a party that Lord Lucius and crew are invited to. Do you guys attend, or do you stay home for that evening?
Castle at least a 10.
Interesting. With Lady Galdress?
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Moore wouldn't be able to attend.
Oh, correct. Yeah, she should not show up.
Okay.
That would be illegal.
Lucius probably wouldn't go then.
What is Lucius doing for the evening?
Hanging out with Moore.
I love it. With Tetsu?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Like the three of you?
Mm-hmm.
I love that you guys are having this like quiet evening together and talking. Is it true? How about you?
I think Isidru will let them have their peace and go with his brother. Lucius has two strong individuals with him. He's fine.
Yes. Very true. The party is as normal. Gwen is not there. And
Bum.
I had a feeling. But during the party, there is strange rumors going around about Lady Bethany. She's been missing. And the rumors going around is that Lady Guinevere has been sending out search parties for her. That's the biggest rumor you pick up.
Mm-hmm.
Then the other thing that you guys gather is that most of Waterdeep is on your side. They're done with House Navarre and the House Navarre's rule on things. For they have been a higher noble in making decisions and controlling things for a very long time. On top of this is a very low decision to make. Lucius II had made House Keesary very respectful noble house, alongside providing amazing workforces and becoming, even to today with Lord Lucius III, pushing it, the third, right? I'm doing that right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Pushing things and the growth of Waterdeep through that, through the monster hunting parts, through the water travel, through the allying, through the no nonsense kind of attitude that your father had instilled, and then you are now also continuing. You guys have gained a lot of respect. That is what you gained from the evening.
Man. I'll send a message back to Lucius and Morgana about Bethany
Okay.
to let them know.
Okay. Is there
I think there's
anything?
much we can do about
Oh,
it.
sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Was there any rumors or information about her, Lady Bethany's husband?
No. He hasn't been heard of in quite some time, actually.
Like even before?
Yeah.
Oh.
Things are happening.
I would say that we need to investigate, but I don't know if we should or not.
Well, I mean, I'm all right here. I can maintain a presence of the house if you want to see what you can find out. I do worry for her. She was quite a mess during Gwen and Morgana's fight.
She always had a strange flair about her. Even when she left that one night when you first were dancing with your lady. She
Indeed.
did leave with an interesting smile that I didn't quite understand. But perhaps it was a sign of something breaking through, something that was of a higher ideal, and maybe showing that has gotten her into trouble.
I do fear it does seem like Gwen is grabbing and just reaching for everything. Just hitting and punching. Quite literally sometimes. He's having flashbacks.
Well, for the sake of Lady Bethany, and for just to show that as House Keesary, we do quite value House Navarre, even if its leadership is now in shambles and ruins. I think I should go look for her. If not, just to have at least an inkling about what's going on.
I would appreciate that, Drew. Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. I will try to keep in contact. If the letters don't stop, if the letters do stop coming, then you should come after me.
Just very good.
Hire the Rat Lord.
The Rat Lord.
I don't think Drew knows about that.
Oh, come on. You guys have talked about it at this point,
Yeah,
right?
when we were
Okay.
hanging out.
Okay.
I mean, that's
We
that's why
went to
Cass is
sewer, It
sick.
was disgusting. I've still got something from it. Ugh. He was fascinating, though. And I swear I keep seeing rats around all the time now.
Yeah, you notice them a lot more now.
So you think he would ask something of me or House Keesary for such a deal?
Oh, yes, he'll ask some weird, vague thing. I mean, maybe you could just throw it on Morgana's tab or something. I don't know. But seriously, it's an option to have in your pocket, I suppose.
I see. Very well. Then I think I'll use him as a last resort. I truly don't want to get us in debt into something when we ourselves don't even know if we want to get involved.
That's fair enough.
So I think Drew is just going to begin his investigation and maybe get closer to House Navarre, the literal House Navarre, and just try to start picking up any sort of trail, whether it be through rumors or from physical trails.
Sweet. Can I get a roll?
Sure. I guess that would be an investigation.
Yes.
Does your brother inspire you?
With advantage.
I would love to.
Be-
Okay.
Because you build a good clout with the sailors and mercenaries of the world, and House Keesary right now is drawing a lot of positive clout amongst most of the
I
world.
have this, these resource things in my character sheet. I might as well
We're
spend
not
them.
playing a TTRPG. We're doing collaborative storytelling at this point.
Dice.
Yeah, no, please. If you would like
I'll
to
give
give
him
him
a
bardic inspiration. Are you at a D6? Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. So just go ahead and give me the roll plus a D6.
Alright.
You should be able to
Alright.
type in
Investigation.
1d6 in the added stats. I'm
Yeah,
assuming
could
you
just
two
type
have the
in
same.
that.
Right in here.
Yeah.
Situational bonus. Cool.
1d6.
No.
And advantage. Coming
Yes,
up.
if we have a
All
scene.
right.
Wow.
I think our scene is just going to be what you described,
Yeah.
and we'll come back to it later when it's pertinent.
When is that?
We'll let you know.
Okay.
When the ladies say so, Jacob.
Do that.
That's
I
awesome.
was excited about it. Awesome. So we're gonna do a little time skip, and I'm gonna give some details to different situations. But one of the situations we'll cover with Isidru
Nice, is it Drew?
Mm-hmm.
is Isidru. She commissioned a pair of sailors. This is the only rumor you get. To paddle her somewhere in a rowboat. But for where that is, was kept silent by the pure price of gold.
Do we get a lead on who those sailors were?
You do, but they're not back.
Okay. Then I will be on the lookout for them.
Nice.
The morning after the games, a messenger does come. By foot, so no horse clip-clops, sorry. A representative comes to the house. I am here representing George Thorne. If you were to accept said tribal combat, what would be your stakes if you were to win? He's wearing all the official regalia as a representative of the courthouse, and he is writing your answer.
Mm-hmm.
And who would be fighting?
Can we have time to discuss this before?
The judge is looking for a response now. I would not keep him waiting. But at least you have the stakes in mind. As far as the fighter, everybody is assuming it's you. So I say too much. I am new at my job. I'm sorry.
Well, the release of Morgana, everything, all the accusations against Tetsu dropped. That's all I can think of for now.
That is fine. The judge will be happy with some response. Of course, he has not made a decision. Good day.
Good day.
Well, it looks like someone got out of favor with House Horsey of late.
That's true.
It would be a bit... excuse me. It's a bit awkward that he didn't use a horse from House Horsey. There must be a reason. House Horsey's making a good stand. We run this town, right, House Horsey? So is there any more scenes that you guys wish to have before the judge makes a decision about the trial of combat?
So, yes.
But you're not ready.
I want to start off next episode with an announcement in court, role played out.
Oh gosh, I'm getting sweaty.
Because we have like a whole plan here.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. No, I appreciate it.
So I think that will work if we just start off with announcing the whole thing. But I think it should be done publicly.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's fine.
Mhm.
No, that's cool. Are we at a standstill for your situation too? Okay. Well, Drew,
Cass just along for the ride.
I love it. Drew, we're gonna end the night with those sailors returning without Lady Bethany. What is the questions that you ask them? They are not our sailors or House Keesary sailors. They're a different house.
You would probably ask them who do they work for, and then also where did they take Lady Bethany?
Let me pull up my list. I didn't have that prepared. Hold on.
Just not you.
Just not you. That was the whole point. Where'd my image go?
Well, for Isidru at least, he wants to figure out what string did Lady Bethany pull to get this going.
From House Raznar, which is a much smaller sailing house. They typically more of the fishing side of things. They don't actually own a lot of properties or like trade routes, but they own fishing grounds.
Okay.
They look at you. Mr. Keesary, I am paid to secrecy about where she's at. Well, I do respect you, and I don't wish issues between our houses. This is not a nobleman. This is just a lower peon who wants to respect the noble line of things.
It would be amiss if I tried tearing that secrecy from you. If I cannot have that information, then could I give you a letter for her?
Roll dice that represents understanding what's going on. Insight. That's
Insight.
the one I'm looking for. Too many systems in my head. The hesitation that comes from his response is a bit confusing. So we don't plan on seeing her again.
As in ever.
She didn't pay for a return boat. Or pick up. You're very convincing, and I respect your house, and I don't wish for issues, but we are not picking her back up.
I see. Very well. I will let you carry on your ways.
Thank you, sir. And I wish that there no be ill between the houses.
Not at all.
Okay.
Even though we do hunt monsters and you hunt fish, we do quite admire your ride of the wave.
Nice.
They bow to you respectfully and walk away. Is there any more investigation to, you've been investigating poisons, you've been investigating a lot of different things. Is there anything that 𝙫𝙬 would like to work on during this time for any of those things?
I don't think there's going to be an investigation towards something as much as he is just going to look for antidotes. He's worried about things coming to light, especially with his selling of the poisons and such. And he's something came to his mind that if all these strings are being pulled and how much was used against us, why that wasn't pulled up in court. And he just starts thinking of, bladed weapons in combat. I see. And he's going to be looking for an antidote for the poison that he sold.
Nice.
Well done. Let's put another roll on that. Sorry, 𝙫𝙬, I'm putting a lot of pressure on you. But
We don't keep it.
investigation with advantage because of the way you guys have done and handled things
I
thus
thought
far.
we weren't playing a ttrpg. Here it comes.
Oh my
Oh
word.
my word.
Finding the antidote
I'm so
prior
mad.
to the possible trial by combat may be an issue. We will have to see. But you have people working on it, and you know what is needed.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
D20. Anyway.
So I love the idea that the image, it's like a passing image of multiple situations here. As we end the evening, there's these two with Tetsu talking away. There's Cass, who is enjoying time with Lady Galadriel. But there's two different images. One of actually him working on more documents to submit, and then being with Lady Galadriel.
I think that we're together doing that.
Yeah, in both images. One is fun
gotcha.
and one
Yeah,
is
yeah,
serious. And there's two sides of Cass's coin. You know what I'm saying?
Perfect. I love it.
You can add to it if you want to.
No, as long as she's always there.
She's always there.
Nice.
Yes. And it's that funny serious paperwork, and then you look up and there's this gentle release of a smile, and stress just melts away.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's 𝙫𝙬, and there's a couple of scenes showing 𝙫𝙬 talking to merchants, talking to shady people on the docks with sailors, chatting with them, trying to gather information. And in every image, there's hooves in the background, and House Horsey doing their thing as part of all of this. And we're going to leave off with a message being delivered to Lord Lucius about a decision being made and the court date being set for the following day. And that is all for today.
Nice.
Well
All
done,
right.
ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What's going to happen?
And
And next time,
big speeches.
next time on Nobles. Thank you so much, chat. Thank you, Great
Yes.
Mustache, for all the support. It's so wonderful to see all
For
of you.
real. Thank you. Thank you guys for all being here. We are coming to the end
I'm scared.
2 more sessions.
Next session is a big one, so be there. Invite all your friends, because you
Yes.
can influence people's deaths.
Oh, dun, dun, dun. Yeah.
Or
or-
lives.
Oh, yeah, influence people's lives. I said that backwards, didn't I?
Characters' lives. Just to clarify.
Oh, awesome.
Awesome. Great. Well, we will see you there. We're going to record a little behind the scenes and then just check on kids and talk. So that's what we do. And let's see. Of course, check out the teaser announcement for our West March campaign in Pathfinder Kingmaker. Jacob is
Look
really
for the blue
excited.
suit.
Look for the blue suit.
In our shorts.
Yes, it's
On
in our
YouTube.
shorts feed on YouTube, and
I hear he
we're
has
on
a better
Rumble.
voice than you do.
yeah,
At least
probably.
tonight.
A little less gunky.
And he memorized those lines like professionally.
Wow.
Whoever that actor is great.
You're very good. He's all right.
Don't listen.
Yeah, but for real, check that out. We're really excited to see that happening. There's going to be a lot of new stuff for Avenue Studios coming from February to March as we transition. We're following in Adam of the Uniplanar Crossroads footsteps and making March the new year. So new year starts with spring. And we have January Jaunt coming up. Speaking of Interplanar Crossroads, that's our theme monthly collaboration. So we'll be forging that one shot next Thursday and then playing it 2 Thursdays from now. And then there will be one more, our last patron game before we switch to the Pathfinder Kingmaker in February with Fantastical February. So we have some special guests, other YouTubers coming in for that one. So check those out. Hopefully, if you're part of the Evergrowing Forest, you can join it. So I think there's no more to say then. This has been another fantastical episode of AfterQuest and Avenue Studios production. Do give us a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to follow the adventure. You can further support us and become a part of the Evergrowing Forest known as Avenue Studios by joining our locals or Patreon community. Doing so not only helps us continue to create high quality content, but you'll gain access to bonus content as well as our private Discord where you can chat with us, play West March games, and so much more. Don't forget to check the links in the description below for the sound, music, and ambience that we use. Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, Battle Zoo Bestiary, and so much more. Thank you so much for joining the adventure. Buttons, we will see you next time.
Good night.
Bye-bye.